hardworking moms, probably super tired all the time, breastfeeding moms, and exhausted dads. This video is for you. I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of an insight on this Momcozy machine that we received. It's an automatic bottle washer, kind of does a little bit of it all. I just kind of want to go over a little bit as to what it does, kind of what you get getting out of the box, things to expect, and things of that nature. So this bad boy right here, it comes with, just so you know, it comes with 60 days worth of these little tablets here. I personally won't be washing bottles every single night until the second baby is here, but until then, I've used it for a couple weeks, kind of want to get a feel for it, see what it does, see what it doesn't do very well, and hopefully this kind of lets you know what it does and doesn't do. One of the first things I wanted to mention is on this tank, let me see if I can get it over here for you real quick. There's probably about 1/4 of an inch gap or so, somewhere in there, for the max line here, max and min line. You really want to pay attention to that because this thing does kind of 3 cycles of sucking down water. And at first I was like, why do I need to fill it up so much? And I was using water from our refrigerator and I was like, you know what, forget it. But I filled this thing up and I watched it suck down 3 times. It's like, there's no way it's gonna use it all, and it absolutely does. And it comes with this little hose right here that I have attached to our sink. And it says to put it into a bucket, but eventually I think this thing's gonna move into our bedroom, who knows? But I found it very useful so far, at least just to keep it in the sink rather than having a bucket and some other thing I gotta throw out. But anyway, fresh out of the box gives you the tube, the tank, and this thing, and then it gives you 60 days. It says, I think if you use it twice a day, it gives you 2 months worth of supply. These little washing tablets, it says that you can also use powder as well. We don't have that, so we're just using these bad boys. It does, inside of here, it's got a whole bunch of jets, which I'll show you here in a minute. And it even gives you some little prongs so you can fit the bottles. It kind of holds them pretty well. And it comes with this extra little tray, so you can set that thing on top. Sits in here really nicely, and all you do is close it. Boom, there you go. I found this thing to be extraordinarily useful because not only does it wash them, but it sanitizes them at the same time. And then it will continuously pump in fresh air, which I think is freaking awesome. I don't have to worry about mold or things like that if I've gone a couple days or whatever amount of time. It's going to make sure that it takes care of it because it's constantly pumping in fresh air. I'll move these bottles here so you can see. Maybe I can power it on. You're going to hold this guy. But it's got a number of different options that you can do here. You can do the rapid, which is about 20 minutes or so for the wash itself. And then you can do normal. This is going to take about 30 minutes, give or take. And this is just the washing cycle of it actually washing the bottles, getting the water heated up. It does a great job of that. Matter of fact, it's got a warning on top. It says caution scald, which means obviously it's going to burn your hands. Then it's got storage, so if you're going to leave it here for a while, it'll pump in air for quite some time. And then if you just want to steam it here, you can do that just to keep the bottles fresh. And then I would personally use the storage option because maybe you're not going to use them all the time. Maybe you're in a situation like me where you've got a child, she's not drinking bottles all the time. You can maybe just reuse or whatever, scrub it out real quick or whatever, what have you. But just want to make sure that if I store them, I can. If I want to steam it, I can. If I want to go for the full wash, absolutely. I think this thing does a great job, and I'll show you guys again here in a second, but what I've found is that I will still continue to at least give the bottles a light brushing. That way I know that all the film is going to be gone. I even get inside. We use, I don't even know what kind these are, Nano BB, Nano Bebe, whatever, these bottles. I found it really useful. We've got this little brush right here. It does a pretty dang good job, I must say, but it comes with this little bottle brush or tube brush, whatever, here on the inside. Sorry about that. And I like to get inside these little vent tubes because I notice some of them get clogged up sometimes, and sometimes they can't suck on it as well. Things get clogged up, whatever. And I'll even take it out of the top of the little nipple right there, just to make sure I get the good clean. But I'll show you guys in a second the difference between brushing it out, brushing out the nipple and every other piece as well. This one I did with the brush and everything else, and then this side I did absolutely nothing. I just threw it in there because I wanted to test it, obviously, for you guys. And I've noticed that definitely there is a difference between washing it and not. So I'll show you that right now. Hey guys, so as I was looking back at the footage, I could tell immediately in that video alone which one was clean and which one I did not brush before I put it in there. So I'll just go ahead and show you this guy. Like I said, I like to get in here and make sure they get these guys all clean and every single one of these inside and out. This is obviously just our bottles, but yours may be a little bit different. But then this guy right here, you can kind of tell, maybe in here a little bit more, that I did not get around every single one of those little vent pieces right here. And you can see all the white and stuff in there. Pardon me if this gets a little close. But you can definitely tell a difference. And this is just the washer as it is now. And I'll show you guys exactly how all that works right now. So here's the machine in all of its glory. And inside, you'll see these little jets here. And these little keepers. This just makes sure that whenever you put the bottle in, that it makes sure that it grips onto that really nicely. And another thing that I wanted to point out is it comes with these little keepers here that allow you to be able to put the nipple on, just like so, and it'll make sure that it gets in there really well. And I'll load this up for you, and we'll get it going. And so there you have it. We're all loaded up. Most important part that you don't want to forget about, or you can if you so choose, is this little guy. This is one of those little tablets I was telling you about earlier. It says you can drop it in the bin, you can drop it wherever you want, you can drop it down there, whatever. And that's what's actually going to do the cleaning for you, obviously. But I just included these little guys right here just to show you that the pump parts can go in there. You saw me put one of those, for the dudes, I'm going to call them titty trumpets, but with little suction pieces for the breastfeeding pumps. And so all I'm going to do, there's that little caution that I told you about earlier. Just going to pop that bad boy on there. And then so here's where I was showing you that we've got the different options. You've got the rapid clean, the normal, steam, storage, and then start. In order to turn this guy on, you're going to hold it for a couple seconds. I'll turn on a little bit quicker than I thought. And then rapid's going to wash it for, like I said, about 20 minutes. Normal, 30 minutes. And then all you got to do is turn it on, hold that for a second. Maybe not. There you go. Come up here, you're going to see it's going to start drawing down water. We're back. It's been a little bit of time. Just wanted to kind of tell y'all a couple things that I might have missed earlier about this machine. As I was showing you all the keepers earlier, these bad boys, if you remember them, there's a little circle with a couple jets in there. That's what's spraying up this water here. Just want to make sure that I was clear about that. I noticed that I missed that. But another neat little feature about these is that they've got this little tab on them right here. All you got to do is pinch it, pull it right up. Same thing for this guy. Just makes it a little bit more modular for you. So if you want to put in something like you saw me put in, for lack of a better term, the titty trumpet, it works really well to do that. I know that the jet's going to get from the bottom, and it has that little spinny jet. Shoots water up here and falls back down, hopefully cleans it twice. It's my working theory anyway. You may be able to see it, but the water is already down. So it's in the third phase of kind of sucking and repelling water. Water's been going down the sink, everything's working flawlessly. I also want to break it down to you about these guys. There was some debate about whether or not the store-bought ones were good. We bought these so it has a little window in it. We like to put like chopped up spinach and strawberries, blackberries, things of that nature. We like to put it all in here. We can see what's going on. Just wanted to tell you guys that you can also put those in here as well, and it'll wash them with no issues. I would remove the basket so that way it can stand up straight. You know that the water is going to go shoot from the bottom and come in from the top and gets it very clean. You may be able to hear the water exiting that little straw now. So this thing is done now. And so here in a second, it's going to start the steam. So you're kind of working. It's going to dry them. It's going to steam and dry at the same time. And then it's going to continue once they're dry, pumping that fresh air in there. Honestly, like I said, I've been using this thing for a little bit now. And I've walked past it probably about a day and a half later. And there's still power on, and it's still refreshing the air inside of it. Maybe not that long actually, because she uses some of the bottles, but we've got so many now. But anyway, so I know that this thing works. It's got a nice little quick guide here for you. There is no better friend than somebody that can kind of do the dishes for you, maybe some laundry, things of that nature. If I had longer hair, I'm sure it'd be standing up on the end sometimes with how hectic life gets. But I just wanted to give you guys a true review from real life people. You're standing here in my kitchen of something that has truly helped us. And it's not for everybody. Some people either don't have the money for whatever reason. You don't feel like spending the money on a machine like this. You don't mind washing the bottles. You feel safer that way. Completely get it. But in the event that you want something to help, hopefully this video helps you, and this machine will too. Thank you for coming. If there's any questions, please feel free to drop them down below. And I really, really wish you and your family the best. I hope this machine helps you, and may God bless your family. Thank you.